Hello everyone, my name is Jelani and welcome to my channel that is dedicated to helping you improve and succeed at CXC Math. So in my last video, I introduced a new series where what I plan to do is I plan to go through as many topics as I can in the CXC Math syllabus from the very start of that topic to the very end. So that way you could move from being a beginner all the way up to an expert and being able to answer any CXC past paper question on that topic. So last week we began with matrices and we did an introduction to it, so I'll link a video for that. But this week we're going to move on to look at how we add and subtract matrices, right? So let's jump straight into that with an example. We already saw the different types of matrices and we saw how we describe matrices or how we name them using the row by column method. But this time we're just going to look at how we will add two matrices together and how we will subtract two matrices together. So let's say we have A, and A is equal to, let's say, -2, 4, 5, and let's say -1. And a second matrix B, and B is equal to 3, -6, 2, and 7. And the question would ask us to find A plus B, which means that we need to add these two matrices. Now if we want to add matrices, the main thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we are adding the corresponding elements. What do I mean by the corresponding elements? It's very simple. The top left element adds to the top left element here, so the yellow and the yellow. The top right adds to the top right, so the green and the green. Bottom left adds to the bottom left, white and white. And the last one here, the red, bottom right adds to the bottom right. That's what we mean by corresponding elements. So here we see the nice color matchup for each element, so we know what we have to add. So we just need to write that down. So adding the yellow, we'll have -2 plus 3. And let's just put that off in a yellow box now, so we know it's the same thing. Then we'll have 4 plus -6. So I'll put a little brackets there. And let's box that off in green. Next up is 5 plus 2, and we'll box it off in white. And lastly, we have -1 plus 7, and I'll box that off in red. So we see the connection here. The yellow, we add the yellow in the first matrix, the yellow in the second matrix, and we get it down here. And the color pattern follows suit for each of the other corresponding elements. So let's just put back some big brackets now. And then the last thing we need to do to finish off this question is we just need to add up each of the different colored boxes. So -2 plus 3, well, that's going to give us +1. 4 plus -6. Well, now we need to be a little careful because this plus and minus that are interacting with each other, the negative sign is going to win, so we're going to get 4 minus 6, and 4 minus 6 is -2. Then down here for the white box, we're going to have 5 plus 2, which is 7. And for the red one, -1 plus 7, and that's going to give us +6. And we just close our brackets here, and we've successfully now added these two matrices. Now let's take a look at an example of subtraction of matrices, of two matrices. So what we'll do, let's go onto a new page and let's have some new matrices. So let's do a matrix C, where C is equal to, say, -1, 4, 3, and 5. And the second one, D will be equal to -2, -3, 5, and let's put another 5. And now in this one, we're looking at subtraction. So let's say we want to find C minus D. So what do? We subtract the corresponding elements. So that means first one here, first element, top left corner, is going to subtract the top left corner here. The top right is going to subtract the top right. The bottom left is going to subtract the bottom left. And the bottom right is going to subtract from the bottom right. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have -1 subtract -2. So let's put a yellow box around it. Then we're going to have 4 subtract -3. And let's put a green box around it. Next up is 3 subtract 5. And we're going to put a white box around it. And lastly, we're going to have 5 subtract 5, where we'll have a red box around it. And now we could see how each corresponding element is being subtracted. So what we do next is we just do that subtraction in each of the boxes down below here. So -1 subtract -2. Well, the negative signs that are next to each other here are gonna have to cancel off and become positive. A negative and a negative gives us a positive. So we're actually gonna get -1 plus 2, which is gonna give us +1. Then we're gonna have 4 minus -3. We have the same interaction of minus signs. Negative and a negative give us a positive, which means this is going to be 4 plus 3, which is going to be +7. Then we're going to have 3 minus 5, giving us -2. And lastly, we're going to have 5 minus 5, which gives us 0. And we just close off our brackets. And there you have it. We've successfully subtracted these two matrices here. And that brings us to the end of this very short video here. Hopefully you got a good idea of how you add and subtract matrices. I know that this was I only did it here with 2x2 matrices, but you could get the idea. Even if we had 3x3 matrices or any size matrix, the same pattern is gonna follow. We're just gonna add or subtract the corresponding elements. So guys, with that being it there, I hope that you really enjoyed the video. I hope that you're able to learn something. And if you found the video helpful to you, give it a like, you could subscribe to my page as well, or follow me depending on where you're seeing this. And if you have any questions, if you think I made a mistake, or if you have just any question at all on what I did here, be sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll try to respond to them as soon as possible so I could help you out. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.